There was another debate last night, and it was, I think, a pretty good one. Stephen Harper, Tim Mulcair, and Justin Trudeau. Mulcair is, I think, the National Democratic, the New Democratic Party, and then Liberal leader Justin Trudeau, I think, is Pierre Trudeau's kid. I might be wrong about that. I think so. And then the current Conservative leader, but again, Stephen Harper, the Conservative leader of Canada. This guy is like just to the left of Hillary. Like that's the Conservative.
Yeah.
That's the Conservative leader of Canada.
Yeah, the Conservative in Canada is actually farther to the left of our mainstream lefty.
And they had a debate last night, and typical because, you know, Canada, John, you know, they just want to be like us.
They're desperate.
And so, again, it was, you know, the buffoonish topics came up. But J.R. Jackson put together a nice comparison of the Canadian debate last night and the GOP presidential debate on Fox.
Tonight's debate will cover 4 broad subjects at the top of voters' minds: the economy, energy and the environment, the state of Canada's democracy, and foreign policy and security.
I want to know if any of them have received a word from God on what they should do and take care of first. Senator Cruz, start from you. Any word from God?
Jesus Christ.
The economy, climate, the future of our country.
We're going to be talking about angels,
mermaids, and Santa Claus is white.
Dinosaurs. Who planted them in the ground?
Right.
That's what we
God
cover
did
here.
to trick us.
Yeah.
JR, you got another one. Let 2 go.
We put down 18 conditions in the order in council approving that project. The public that had been opposed to it was on side by the end of it because they knew they could have confidence in us respecting the environment.
We got to stop worrying about being loved and start worrying about being respected, and that's exactly how I'll lead our country.
I've got no illusions. Nobody loves me.
It's so good. I mean, they have such they're clearly soberly talking about the issues, and these guys just want to finish with a soundbite.
Exactly.
Yes, they're carnival barkers.
Our view is very clear that security and freedom go hand in hand. We looked at what modern powers police and security agencies have across our allies, and we made sure that we are up to those standards.
What we need is a commander-in-chief who makes clear, if you join ISIS, if you wage jihad on America, then you are signing your death warrant.
You don't see it as an ideological problem?
I mean, it just gets better and better. I like the last one perhaps best because in Canada they talk about the middle class, and then in America we have Mike Huckabee.
Lowering taxes for the middle class by asking the wealthiest to pay more tax. We know that when you put money in the pockets of middle-class Canadians, the economy grows.
It's time that we recognize the Supreme Court is not the supreme being, and we change the policy to be pro-life and protect children instead of rip up their body parts and sell them like they're parts to a Buick.
I mean,
he's a good Christian.
He's a good Christian.
Because he lies with that kind of indignation. You can't tell that he's lying, right? It's that bullshit. He's the worst. If there's a spot in hell, he's in the hottest part of it.
Before we go, play clip 9 because it follows and makes Jimmy's point exactly.
Culture of the American military is definitely changing. Women are moving into combat roles. Don't ask, don't tell has obviously been dropped. And now Defense Secretary Ashton Carter recently directed the military to prepare for a moment when it is welcoming transgender persons to serve openly. As Commander-in-Chief, how would you handle that?
The military is not a social experiment. The purpose of the military is kill people and break things. It's not to transform the culture by trying out some ideas that some people think would make us a different country and more diverse.
What a great Christian.
He is.
He's the really religious one up there.
He's the really religious one. That's right.
Then could we call it the Department of War again? The Department of Offense?
Yeah.
I thought it was to protect America.
Nope.
But I was listening to every other Republican politician before this group of idiots.
And you know what that sounds like? That sounds like the same arguments they used to make when they wanted to have black people serve alongside white people. And it's not a social experiment. It's just about killing people and breaking things like Jesus said.
Yeah.
It was about, I didn't know it was about breaking things.
I know. How much less like Jesus could you sound and still pretend? Like, at what point do you go, we all know I'm fucking bullshit.
The worst Christian in America, Mike Huckabee.
The
there's no way. I don't know if there's a heaven. There's no way he's in.
Love your enemy as yourself. That's what
And
Jesus
then
said.
fuck shit up.
Turn the other cheek and break some fucking poor brown people's spines. Hey, by the way, it's the anniversary of us bombing Hiroshima. Break some fucking shit. They don't know Jesus. We do. That's why we Nagasaki them.